one of the anime worlds you absolutely cannot traverse. The head balloon. If you were to cross into another world, it might seem peaceful at first glance, but there are dangers lurking beneath the surface. However, if you enter the world of Junji Ito, the danger is a blatant mental assault. When you first arrive, the moment you look up, you'll see terrifying human head balloons floating in the sky. Their expressions are grotesque, and they emit eerie laughter. You try to hold back your fear, and decide to take a closer look at these balloons. Instantly, you're paralyzed with terror, because those eerie balloons are faces you recognize. Each balloon is tied with a noose of hemp rope beneath it. Some are just solitary balloons, while others are attached to complete corpses. The faces of the corpses are exactly the same as the ones on the balloons above. Even through a glass window, you can't help but be drawn to the chilling scene outside. Just as you were contemplating the meaning of your sudden journey, suddenly you hear your own voice from outside the window. You're shocked to discover that not only do the balloons look like you, but they can also mimic human speech. At the same time, the balloon that looks exactly like you speaks gently, coaxing you to open the window. A few minutes ago, you saw someone leave their room, only to be strangled by a balloon the next second. The sight makes it hard for you to breathe. In a panic, you rush to check the news, but find that these strange phenomena can't be explained by science. It's not a sudden incident, but the beginning of everything happened when a popular actress named Mary was found hanged on a utility pole. Soon after, several suicide cases started occurring in the town. First, everyone thought it was the grief of fervent fans unable to cope with their idol's death, and that's why they chose to commit suicide together. But days passed, and people began to notice a strange human head balloon floating in the sky. The balloon had the exact same face as the deceased actress. From that moment on, the number of head balloons quickly increased, and soon spread across the entire town. What's even more terrifying is these balloons didn't discriminate by gender or age. Everyone saw a balloon in the sky with a face identical to their own. And the worst part, these head balloons would actively hunt down their targets. Using deception, they would guide people into dead ends. Their goal? To hang them by a hemp rope, just like the suicide victims. You might think it's just a bunch of balloons, that shooting them with a slingshot might make them lose air. But if it were that simple, it wouldn't be so terrifying. Because in this world, there's an even stranger rule. The balloons are bound to the human beings they resemble. If a balloon loses air, the person's face will deflate just like the balloon. Fire, knives, or even bullets will have the same effect on the human body as they do on the balloon. The only thing you can do now is hide in your house or some cramped space, making sure the balloons can't find you. But as mentioned before, these balloons can mimic human voices, and they have self-awareness. They will try everything in their power to trick you into leaving your home. Even if you avoid their traps, you still need to leave your hiding place to search for water and essential food. Outside, the streets are filled with balloons and corpses. The human world's order has long since collapsed. Physical and mental torment is constant and unrelenting. At this point, you've been hiding for 3 days without food. Parents in this world, unable to withstand the pressure, have already gone outside and fused with the head balloons. Your brother went out 3 days ago to find food, but never came back. Then, you hear your own voice outside again, luring you to open the window for food. You know it's a trick by the head balloons, but just then, you hear your brother's voice. He